him and get him to the Greek. I'm going to go over there and say hello to him. So I thought, P. Diddy. So I went out to shake his hand. And I shook his hand and I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And he's going, but the longest handshake ever.
I'm like you and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong.
Started talking, and it was in a different place in Bieber's head at this point. He'd come through all of the, skirting around in Lamborghinis on the thing, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
He'd grown as a person.
At the height of their fame, Justin Bieber and Liam Payne were often compared to each other because they both had baby faces and voices and had a lot of female teenage fans. That's why the Canadian singer is so sad about Payne's untimely death of Payne, and Bieber is said to be blaming Diddy because they had a rough past.
My question is, was the beef between you guys and Justin Bieber?
Bieber, in a past video, Payne remembered a wonderful time he had with Diddy and Jay-Z, and Bieber thinks that the ongoing case against the troubled mogul may have directly or indirectly led him to target the British singer, who many saw as a possible witness in Diddy's case.
Looking in P. Diddy's eyes like, when is this going to end? And then the worst of it happened. There was a whole thing with Jay-Z, and I went to lean in to speak to him. But you can't lean in to speak to Jay-Z. You're not allowed to lean.
Bieber, a close friend of Pay, reportedly warned the singer about the upcoming risks given his past encounter with Diddy. But it seems the warning came way too late. Rumors say Bieber will testify in Puff's case, and Liam Payne may be mentioned.
If something happens, call me, and any help I can give you, I will give you. But if I can't, then I'll let you know. I'll find somebody who can, basically. Yeah. So it's like, trying to help each other, because we're all not, I don't want to say suffering from the same disease.
Payne's death on October 16th shocked a lot of people, and some fans are trying to make sense of it by looking at Shaw Diddy videos. This is because both men are now in the news. A shocking federal indictment against Diddy for racketeering, ESD trading, and interstate transportation for Pete Chin has been released. An old clip of Payne talking about Diddy on BBC's The Graham Norton Show from 2017 has been found again. In it, the What Makes You Beautiful singer talks about meeting the evil boy mogul and Jay-Z at a party, though it's not clear if he's talking about one of Diddy's famous all-white parties or something else. This is where things may have started to go badly.
Harrowing pictures show inside Liam Payne's hotel room shortly after his fatal fall. Argentine media have published troubling images showing white powder, burnt aluminium foil, and a smashed TV screen.
Describe how he didn't know which one to approach first and went with introducing himself to Diddy first because he'd seen him in the 2010 film Get Him to the Greek. Payne went on to say that as he introduced himself, Diddy gave an evil laugh as they shook hands. I sat there looking into P. Diddy's eyes. When is this going to end? He said at the time. In another interview that same year on an Australian radio show, Payne recounted the same incident, telling the hosts about his experience with Diddy. As I shook his hand, he just chuckled the most evil laugh I've ever heard. So I'm a little bit fearful of that man. In the days since the singer's death, many on social media are pointing back to that resurfaced clip and speculating if the disgraced music producer somehow had a hand in it. Diddy turned Liam Payne off a lot when they met for the first time. Liam is no longer alive. I do not believe that simply putting that out there wrote a user on Twitter. Rumor that Liam Payne was about to testify against Diddy in 3 weeks. Is this true? Another theorized. Just to be clear, there has been no official reporting that Liam was officially named as a witness in Diddy's case. Liam Payne went to a Diddy party. He got laughed at and said he was fearful of Diddy. And Liam sees Jay-Z in DiCaprio. Fast forward, Diddy arrested his attorney. Tony Busby says 120 new lawsuits coming out naming names involved Liam falling out the window. Did he fall or get silenced? Commented another user. Liam Payne himself, did P. Diddy give him experiences he couldn't deal with, or was he about to tell something? A 31-year-old with the world at his feet is an odd one. said another, in a press release sent to the Associated Press. Officials stated that a series of substances were seized from the musician's room, which would show a previous situation of alcohol and drug consumption. Payne's official autopsy report said that the singer died of mixed trauma and internal and external bleeding at the height of their fame. One Direction members had long-running feuds with other pop meet stars, including fellow British boy band The Wanted, but most notably Liam, who died last week aged 31 after falling from a hotel balcony in Argentina, feuded with his doppelganger Justin Bieber before becoming friends who were thick as thieves in their One unfamiliar with the pop scene could have been forgiven for confusing Bieber and Liam as two baby-faced angelic voice singers who sported masses of sweeping brunette hair swept to the side and charmed fans around the world.
Have you guys fathomed all the success that has become of you guys?
Isn't fathomed a great word?
Fathomed is a really good word.
Brilliant
choice of word.
But with the success came the inevitable pop rivalries as the band and Bieber competed against each other for global dominance. And the rivalry became a fully fledged feud after a YouTube video showed Liam Payne appearing to make a dig at the Canadian singer. But despite their initial feud, Liam previously revealed how he and Bieber eventually connected and learned they had much more in common than their boyish charm and good looks. Coincidentally, the Diddy drama also caught up with both singers in a segment on a podcast with YouTube star Logan Paul filmed in 2022 that has resurfaced in the wake of his tragic death. The One Direction member revealed he had reached out to Bieber in an attempt to end the feud and alluded to some of the striking parallels between the pair in the early days of their careers.
I said, you know what, I've always really felt for you, mate, and I think in our situation, we all suffer from the same disease in this. I said, and when I look at my boys, so I turn left and right, I've got someone who's going through exactly what I've gone through. I know in your camp.
Payne's first taste of fame came in The Exactor in 2008, when he made the judges' house's stage of the competition, before he was sent home 2 years later when he came third in the contest as part of One Direction. His path may have crossed with Bieber. For the first time, the Canadian singing sensation, who also shot to fame at a young age, performed on one of the X Factor live shows in 2010, singing a mashup of Somebody to Love and A Baby. Although the pair didn't appear together on stage, the parallels between the brunette boys at the time, who were just a year after the series ended, Liam went on to achieve global fame in One Direction, while Bieber's solo career also went from strength to strength. The British boy band sold more than 70 million records worldwide, while Bieber has sold more than 150 million. Speaking on Logan Paul's podcast was impulsive. Payne told his side of the story. He recalls speaking on Instagram while drunk when somebody mentioned Justin Bieber's name. Payne recalled, "I was like, well, the only thing between me and him is I haven't been arrested by y'all," noting in the same breath that he didn't ever intend to offend Bieber. He added it started some beef. He recalled how the feud, which began online, began to spill into real life because One Direction and Bieber shared some fans, and the stars themselves would often bump into each other at awards ceremonies. However, he noted one particular awards ceremony when both the band and Bieber were there, and Liam thought, "I'll have a chat with him in order to settle the conflict." Speaking about Bieber at the time, Liam noted he had grown. He then recalled telling Bieber,
"You're you and there's no one like you, so you can't turn around and have that shoulder." And he was like, "Bro, that's giving me chills."
Yeah.
He then claimed he told the Canadian singer how, while he was able to lean on his peers in times of drive, Bieber was a solo artist who may not have had the same support system. Payne claims Bieber's response was, "Bro, that's giving me chills." From there, the pair became friends, and he added that, following his own experiences, he wanted to help other young men and boys entering the world of show business deal with the overwhelming nature of the e-industry. Liam told the same story to Roller Coaster magazine in 2017, where he described Bieber as a great guy with a really good heart. He added of the time he broke bread with a Canadian singer, I said to him, take my number, and anytime you want to chat, let me know, as I'm here and I understand exactly what you're going through, and I understand your world. In his final performance in 2022, Liam Payne played a stripped-back set at a private venue in London. During the show, the vocalist went through a few of his solo hits before playing an acoustic version of Justin Bieber's Love Yourself.
Don't like you and she likes everyone.
Payne showed off his vocal skill alongside his guitar player as he sang the hit from Bieber's 2015 album, Purpose, which was written by Ed Sheeran and reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Also holds special significance since Payne had previously spoken about the friendly competition between Bieber and One Direction on November 13, 2015. Both acts released major projects on the same date. Purpose came out, as did One Direction's Made in the AM, leading fans to feud over which album would land at #1. Bieber added fuel to the fire by uploading a video on Snapchat making a scared face and joking that face you make when you come out with an album on the same day as just Bieber. Payne released his solo debut album LP1 in 2019 and hit the road around that time. However, he played less frequently around 2021, and the private acoustic set in 2022 is described as his final show on Setlist FM. Throughout his journey as a solo act, Payne also worked with artists like J Belvin, French Montana, and more.
You know, I've been taking some time and I've been keeping to myself. I had my eyes upon.
On his part, Bieber shared to Instagram for the first time since the arrest of his one-time mentor, Diddy, a mix of pictures of himself and bird-related images. The Canadian pop star put up a pair of posts that chronicled his recent ongoings, as he was seen in multiple photos tinkering with musical equipment. The Love Yourself singer, who in August welcomed his first child with wife Hailey Bieber, sported shaggy locks as he donned a plush jacket with matching socks, black checkered athletic shorts by Umbro, and a blue knit cap. The Grammy-winning singer also included pictures of himself sipping out of a cup and a pink robin bird in a later post. Bieber was clad in a light blue knit cap, black top, yellow checkered Umbro shorts, and black leather buckle shoes prior to his latest post. The last time the vocalist had taken to his normal Instagram page was September 3rd, nearly 2 weeks before his arrest by federal authorities in connection with allegations of acquiescing in the case regarding Diddy. The embattled music mogul was hit with a new wave of lawsuits accusing him of aiding women, as men, and as a 16-year-old boy. The first time he's been sued by a person alleging they were abused. At least 6 lawsuits were filed against the embattled music mogul in federal court in Manhattan, adding to a growing list of legal claims against the indicted hip-hop honcho, all of which he has denied.
Turn now to Sean Diddy Combs, hit with another civil lawsuit alleging assault as his team pushes for the judge to disclose the names of the accusers in his.
The lawsuits were filed anonymously to protect the identities of the accusers, 2 by women identified as Jane Doe and 4 by men identified as John Does. Some of the Does, echoing others who've accused Diddy in recent months, alleged that he used his fame and the promise of potential stardom to entice victims to lavish parties or drug-filled hangouts where he then assaulted them. Some alleged that he beat or drugged them. Others say he threatened them if they didn't do as he pleased or if they spoke out against him. The lawsuits describe alleged dating to the mid-1990s, including at Puffy's star-studded white parties in Long Island's Hamptons, at a party in Brooklyn celebrating his then-collaborator Biggie Smalls, and even in the storeroom at Macy's flagship department store in Midtown Manhattan. The plaintiffs in the recent lawsuits are a part of what their lawyers say is a group of more than 100 alleged victims who are in the process of taking legal action following the rapper's arrest. The lawsuits are among more than a dozen in the last year that accuse Diddy of sex. When the planned lawsuits were announced on October 1st, a lawyer for Diddy said the rapper and producer cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. The Grammy winner has pleaded not guilty in his criminal case, which involves allegations he coerced women for years with help from a network of associates and employees while silencing victims through blackmail and violence, including kidnapping, arson, and physical beatings. After being twice denied bail, the Bad Boy Records founder remains locked up in a Brooklyn federal jail while awaiting trial in May. 2 judges have concluded that Diddy would be a danger to the community if he is released. A few days ago, an appeals court judge denied Call's immediate release from jail, while a 3-judge panel of the Second Circuit Court of Appeals weighed his bail request as to whether the troubled rapper is directly linked to Liam Payne's death. That remains a theory for now as to whether Justin Bieber will testify against Diddy. That also remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, things are just getting started. And that's it from us today. Until next time, thank